Hello, I'm David Pogue of the New York Times. This week I wanted to try a little mental exercise with you. I want you to close your eyes and focus on the images you see in your head when I say the following keywords. Ready? Let's begin. Summertime. Good. Let's try another one. Romance. Nice. Okay, let's try one more. Buying your first high-definition television. Ooh, not good. I think you need to see my video for this week. According to the Consumer Electronics Association, 2.4 million high-definition TV sets will be sold inspired by the Super Bowl. That's 2.4 million Americans walking into stores like this one with absolutely no clue. Plasma or LCD, 1080i or 720p, front projection, rear projection. You're like fish in a barrel at the hands of these salespeople. That's why I, as a public service, intend to go in there undercover and ask a few questions in my disguise as Superfan. The salesman will have absolutely no idea he's actually on national television. I mean, except for the camera crew and stuff. Hello there. I'm David. Bob.
Hi, Steve. Nice to meet you.
I'm just an ordinary person who wants to buy a high-def TV.
I can help you out. You came to the right place.
Let me ask you a simple question. I'm sure a one-word answer is all it'll take. Plasma or LCD?
They're both going to offer you an amazing picture. Plasma has some advantages, like they have a little more three-dimension and depth to the image. Colors are a little more lifelike. Contrast is also highest. LCD, on the other hand, is very bright and vibrant, so it works very well if you have a lot of light in the room, the dynamic range of the colors. That's what makes them so attractive to people.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry to butt in and interrupt the interview like this. Sorry, Steve. But I just wanted to add one thing on this plasma versus LCD debate. The things people used to worry about on plasmas, like burning in a static image, and the things people worried about on LCDs, like fast motion isn't very good and not as good dark blacks, have largely been eliminated on the good sets. So the bottom line, the main factor is plasmas look better in dark rooms, get an LCD for bright rooms. 720 or 1080?
Any type of television source does not broadcast 1080p yet, and it won't for a long time to come.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you catch that, what he just said? So when you go to buy a TV, they're going to say, these are the 720p screens. That means the picture is made up of 720 fine lines. Or the 1080, 1080. And obviously you're like, well, 1080's got to be better. It's more, right? But not so much, because you won't get 1080 lines of resolution. The only time you'll see that is if you buy one of those expensive new high-definition DVD players. So these pictures obviously look really good. Am I going to get the same picture when I get the set to my house?
This image you're going to see on high-definition cable or satellite, but only on the high-definition channels. Regular channels don't actually look that great on a high-def TV.
Do they look worse than a regular old TV?
Unfortunately, technically, yes.
Whoa, did you get that? He just said something major. On a high-definition screen, you don't get an improved picture unless you're feeding it high-definition channels from cable, satellite, or an antenna on the roof. I read that 50% of people who buy high-definition televisions are sitting there watching standard definition channels on them, and 25% of the people who buy them think they're seeing high definition, but they're not. In terms of the size of the screen, should you just get the biggest one you can afford?
It depends on whether you ask the husband or the wife. There is a misconception about how big is too big, and technically if you're dealing with 1080p, the closer you are to a bigger size screen, the more noticeable and beneficial that difference is.
That's a good point. And if you're trying to figure out what size screen you need, here's Dave's handy formula. Measure the distance from the screen to where you sit. Then divide that number by 2 and then 3 to find the range of perfect screen sizes. For example, if you're sitting 8 feet away, that's 96 inches, you get 32 inches and 48 inches. 32 to 48, that would be the range of perfect TV sizes for your room. Everybody's talking about, LCD and plasma, but what about the rear projection stuff?
Rear projections are often overlooked. The quality is amazing. They get updated every year with new technology, just as flat panels do. They get overlooked because flat panel is the rage, but if you're not mounting it, you don't need a flat panel necessarily, and they weigh absolutely nothing.
They may weigh absolutely nothing, but one thing he didn't say was they do require bulb replacement every few years, and the bulb itself can cost several $100s. And finally, which TV should I get to watch the big game this Sunday?
Great question. All of these TVs look phenomenal. The only thing that none of these can do in high definition is make the Giants look good.
I'll take all of them.